Welcome to 843 TV. I'm your host, Lisa Richardson.
And I'm Catherine Maedeman.
And we are at the sports complex here at Oldfield.
It's a beautiful facility. As you can see, we are amongst machinery, and we're going to talk to a few people and learn more about this.
We certainly are. First up, our guest is Matt Green. He is the owner of Front Light Builders.
And also, we're going to meet Shelley Welch, who's the director of the sports club, and Jill Combrick, who's a naturalist for the Outfitters. Lisa, what's a naturalist?
We're going to find out, aren't we? So you all stick around and join us for this episode of 843 TV.
Where communities come to speak.
.843 TV, where the Low Country comes to speak.
.843 TV,
where communities come to speak.
Welcome to 843 TV. We are here at Oldfield at the beautiful sports complex. And joining us first today, we're going to be talking with Matt Green, who's the owner of Front Light Building. Welcome, and it's been great getting to talk with you today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Now, you were sharing, this is a family business, and it's got a great story, a special story of how that name came to be. Talk about that with us.
Yeah, sure. You know, when we started this company, we really wanted to make sure that we started a company that really drilled into some of our core principles and beliefs as a family, as an organization. And so obviously building homes and building structures is a very emotional process. So the name Front Light Building Company came from I grew up in a little town in the Midwest. It was actually called a village, it wasn't a town. And so my grandmother had a concept that when her front light was on, that meant that you could go into the house, whether she had cookies or candy, whatever it may be. So it was really opening up that hospitality, that small town feel. And so, you know, when I named the company, I thought that, you know, what a better name. Obviously, my grandmother was special, but what a better name to come up with something that really tied back into some of the principles and beliefs that I feel have maybe been lost in society that we can try to bring back a little bit. So that's where the name Front Light Building Company came in. And we're Front Light Building Company is a regional home building company. We build plans in various communities throughout Beaufort County and in the region, really focusing on, I'll call them smart floor plans. And when I say smart floor plans, I mean that really taking a floor plan that is efficient, that takes all the wasted space out, and really focusing on some of the core key principles that people in today's market really want when purchasing a home.
Well, there are two questions. Well, let me start with this. Are they looking for the green footprint? Is that something that's a hot topic for your builders?
I think the green should be expected today. You know, it's enough of 10 years ago when green and LEED came out. I think today I'll call that smart building.
Okay.
So whether it be insulation in a home or energy efficient appliances or the materials that you use on site, I think that's to be expected a lot by the end user. And I think that's the smart, environmentally friendly thing to do.
Is it special being in the South? I mean, North, South, different building temperaments, environments. Is there something specific to our community with this green building concept? I
don't think necessarily. No, I mean, obviously the sun is a big thing here, right? So insulation and your heating and cooling elements that you put into a home are very important. Not only from an energy consumption standpoint, but a cost standpoint. I think water is another one. Or what can you do with water to reuse water and things like that? So I think being in the South, with the sunlight and everything else, those are some critical ones to focus on.
In addition to Oldfield, with its focus on nature and the natural, it seems to go hand in hand and so forth. So talk about some of the floor plans that people are gravitating towards now.
Yeah, Oldfield's a special place. We decided to build an Oldfield because of when you look at the ecosystem and the natural amenities here, it sells itself. So naturally, it was a great place for us to build as a company. We build here. One of the things we did when we came in and partnered with Oldfield, we said that we're going to really work on 10 to 12 plans that we could use as core plans. And so we worked hard with the ARB and others to really kind of pre-approve those plans, if you will, so customers didn't have to come in and start from scratch, right? There was somewhat of a streamlined or an abbreviated process. From there, those plans range anywhere from 2,000 square feet to 3,500 square feet. It's amazing to me, people will walk into a 2,000 square foot home and say, wow, this feels like 2,500 square feet. again, that kind of gets back to that efficiency and that streamlining. Obviously somebody that wants to come down and build a 3,500 square foot home, a little more breathing room, right? For families to come down and everything else. So I think the floor plan that we try to use are, good core plans that flow well, have open living concepts, screen porches, things that are important to people in this part of the world. But I think really the process of how we approach from an efficiency standpoint is really what we're trying to drive to, because the building process is such a long, tenuous process. So how do we streamline that process? And I think what we work hard as a company, not only with our plans, but our in-house design center and some of the other things that we offer, we're really trying to hone in on, expediting and making that process a little bit more easier.
It's interesting. It leads into my next question. I was just going to ask you about design, because along with the beautiful floor plan, now are you available to give them kitchen counters and all those things that they want for the amenities? Do you have those?
Yeah, we do. Design is such a huge topic, right? There's a lot of third-party resources out there for people to look at before they come to us from a design standpoint. A lot of people come with, hundreds of thoughts and images. So how do you take that and concisely boil it down to a floor plan? And so we've really worked hard as a company to invest in tools. We have an online design center that people can look at before they even get to us. So they're looking at a lot of products and trends and packages, and then when they come to us and see our physical space, a lot of that connection is made. Certainly we work with all the vendors and we'll send people out for lighting and things like that, but really taking that process and trying to create a hybrid process to create efficiencies in certain areas and then giving people a little bit more time to choose in other areas, I think really helps the design element for people to achieve what they want.
Yeah, I love that. And being able to have the design online too, do you find that people are actually looking at that more so before you meet them? Do they have a better idea what they want?
Absolutely. I think when we invested, I attended a conference a couple years back and saw this tool, and it was to me it was a really useful tool to really help keep people within the lanes. It's so easy building a house, designing a house to get outside of those lanes. So I think the online design center, albeit there's other products that we offer that aren't on there, it really helps people, emotionally start to check off the boxes of simple things that they can make in the process. So when they're coming to us, they're not thinking about everything, right? So it really helps, shrink in that process.
Well, Matt, thank you very much. I mean, this is a big conversation, and I'd love to continue it, but we will have to say thank you for joining us.
Yeah, absolutely, and thank you for having me.
This is 843 TV, and we'll be right back.